the branches of. So we have different many papers in sociology. So each and every paper gives us the knowledge and information with regard to a different unique branch of the system, the society. Like for example, if we take social demography, which talks about the population and which talks about the changing aspect of the population. At the same time, we talk about political sociology or social anthropology, which talks about the primitive man and the primitive system, the primitive society, socio-economic system, and the primitive for the primitive man and all. So likewise, each and every paper, when it is focusing on the different specialization. So also we come across the political sociology, which very uniquely talks about the polity in the society and the political information or the political knowledge, the political system, the political institution, and its relationship with the society, and the polity and sociology, its relationship with sociology. So when we talk about specifically sociology, it is something where we are concentrating on the study of the people, the study of the interaction in the society, the study of the groups in the society, fine, and the study of the what is called the socio-economic conditions of the different groups in the society. At the same time, as sociology talks about all the fields of the society, different other institutions, we are also focusing on, we also take up a study on the political institution. So political institution, which is a very special subject where we usually focus on the polity, the election system, the state, fine, the state, administration, etc. So like why this is a special branch in sociology? So why? Because political institution or the what is called the mechanisms we make use in the polity is which is totally running the system or the society here. So as a special branch of sociology, we will be dealing with the law, the social control, and the polity. Okay, how we elect a political leader or the elective representative democratic system, different types of systems we are going to concentrate on, democracy, socialism, and different other systems, whatever we have. On this we are going to focus in this paper. At the same time, when we are talking about the political sociology, right? As far as now, I don't have the syllabus with me, but then still this is just an introduction class today. So tomorrow onwards, we are going to take up the syllabus. We are going to start with the first unit of the subject. Okay. So I think if the students are here, I hope you are audible. I'm audible to you all. Just am I audible to you all? Yeah. Okay. So like now to talk about the other just in basics of the subject sociology. So I think you all have come across polity in the primitive system. So as far as primitive system is concerned, the very basic system of the societies. So with there, we don't have any kind of exact institutional form of political system. So as the systems, as the societies have taken its developed stages. So we have walked from the primitive stage to the modern stage. Okay. So from till the modern stage, we have different many stages we have come across, and each and every stage is a developing and progressive stage. Okay. So as we are moving towards a very progressive stage, so also we are experiencing with a modified type of political institutions. Okay. So now we have the adult franchise. In the modern system, we have given importance to the adult franchise. So when you just trace back the political system, ancient thought process of the political system of the polity. So we come across Aristotle's thought process. We have the Plato's thought process. So likewise, we are going to apply all these perspectives on to the study of the political system in our sociology. It's fine. And at the same time, when we just trace the basics of the sociology, so I think you have come across the law and the polity, fine. And at the same time, we have in a primitive system, in a most primitive communities, we come across the band as a political form. Okay, so in the primitive system, which is a very what is called undeveloped, uncivilized communities, we come across band is functioning as the political system. So why there should be any political system like? So as a when we talk about a complex society with a large number of population, so there should be some leader who can control the society, right? There should be a leader who can, which is nothing but to bring a mutual consensus, a group consensus, in order to make the group members follow certain rules, regulations, and at the same time, the terms and conditions are dictated or written, or it is taken in some kind of form. So why all these terms, conditions? First of all, when we put a question, why all the terms and conditions here? It is nothing but to make people live in a systematic life, to make them, to bring a control on the behaviors and the actions of the individuals in a society. So we require a leader, and at the same time, a leader has certain qualities. And these qualities, what should be the qualities of a leader? All this we are going to study in our political sociology. Okay. At the same time, when we talk about, as I said, I was just tracing back to the primitive system, the very small group of the community, the primitive system. So when you just trace back the primitive system, or say, for example, when we can take an example of a tribal community. Say we come across no democratic system or socialistic pattern of the society, but we find a very basic level of political system. Like, as I said, I was talking about the band and what is called a chief working as a political leader, and there will be hereditary leadership for the tribal communities. So hereditary leader is not elected, but rather it is a selective pattern, and as it says, the hereditary itself talks about, like, it has been given, the throne will be given to the person in hereditary. Okay, so he will be just hiring the chair, he will be sitting on the chair because the family members are with the chair, okay, or were in the position. So now, as presently, when we are in the modern society, we are talking about the democratic system. So democracy, as I think you all know, democracy is something where you talk about by the people, for the people, and about the people itself. Okay, so that means nothing but you are giving importance to the people in the society, where the people are given liberty to elect their own representative, select the representative, and it is with their own interest level, that it is nothing but the representative is going to represent the interest level of the common man. So that's the reason why we are giving importance to democracy and democratic principles we are talking about. Okay, so at the same time, we have the constitution, which has been framed long back when we have taken our administration from our from the British Raj. So when we have framed our constitution, we have set up a political system with the parliament, with the legislation, and the what is called the Rajya Sabha and all. So all these structural aspects we are going to talk about in our political sociology. At the same time, why sociologists are going to deal with the polity and the political institution, that we are going to study in our paper. So as I was just talking about again, to deal with the basics of the sociology. So here, when I talk about what is called in the primitive communities, so a small band is also functioning as a political organization. There is again a Melanesian community where they have all the elected representatives of their own community members who are aged group members. So even in the present day modern situation also, when we talk about our own rural communities we come across what is called the caste panchayats functioning as a very effective very effective political order in order to bring political order among the caste members. So I repeat once again, when you trace back the rural communities here, rather than the democratic system, we talk about the caste communities and the caste councils. So caste councils are nothing but they are the elderly persons of that particular caste, and these elderly persons are given a power where they can take decisions with regard to the welfare and development of that particular caste community, and disciplinary actions will be taken up by any mistake or any wrong is done by the caste community members, the disciplinary action will be taken up by these elderly persons who are forming as the council. So they are given with a very high power, and using their power, they bring the welfare activities and also look at the progressive aspect of that particular caste community. So it's a very effective and very strong council aspect we can talk about. And when we talk about the Indian system, so we are practicing the democratic system, and we have the federal system also. At the same time, we talk about what is called the central government and the state governments we have. So from the top till down, we have the decentralized political system we are following. So when you talk about the decentralized political system, so on the top, in the central level, we have the highest authorities. And because the whole highest authority cannot concentrate on the big complex society, so we have the decentralized system where you are also talking about the states, and states having its own leaders and the elected representatives forming as a group of cabinet ministers, and then they will be again, it is again decentralized from the state to till the district and also the village level. So when you enter into the deepest, the basic root levels of the Indian system, so you have we trace the village communities. So in the village communities also, we talk about the Panchayat Raj institutions. So all this we are going to deal in our paper, Political Sociology. So other than this, we try to talk about the powers and the authorities enjoyed by the political, a kind of privileges enjoyed by the political leaders and their responsibilities, the functionalities of the institution called the political institution, what are the functionalities or the responsibilities taken up by the institution and the members of the institution in the political institution. So this all we are going to we are going to study in our paper, Political Sociology. And at the same time, what is the role of a sociologist when we are talking about a sociology and the relationship of sociology with political science? I just tell you, like, as sociology is mother of all social sciences, we are also concentrating on the society and each and every institution. It's not that only political institution the sociologists are concentrating, but we will be dealing with the family, we will be dealing with the marriage as an institution, we have education as an institution. So sociologist is also concentrating on the education institution, sociologist is also concentrating on the religious institution, sociologist is also concentrating on the political institution. Likewise, whatever institutions we have, that means as a sociologist, we are, our study, the field is the whole society. So that means we are concentrating on every aspect of the society. So that's the reason why we call sociology as mother of all social sciences. So we have the knowledge to take up a study for all the institutions. We have the information to give to the society people about each and functioning of each and every institution. So it may not be a very specific aspect, but maybe in a general aspect, we will be dealing or concentrating and observing the functionalities of each and every institution. So as a sociologist, we are going to observe how far very effectively the democratic system and the principles of the democracy is functioning in bringing the welfare of the whole society, or in bringing development of the whole society. For example, if we take our own administration, if you take, so we have, when we have taken our administration into our hands, the Indian people, they set up the planning commission, they have set up for the constitutional, the constitution has been framed for the whole Indian people. And at the same time, we have set up our own planning commission in order to take up development programs for our own Indian people. So because we were at the time undeveloped community, undeveloped society, we required to set up a set of goals here. So in order to direct our goals towards the development here, we have set up a planning commission also. So our experts in the planning commission have taken the targeted few what is called the areas where they have to give the priority to develop those particular areas. So since then we have started our own political institution. We have started our own elections, and we started electing our own representatives. Not only that, prior to that also we had the election system and also fine. So all this we are going to discuss in our paper. So I think you all must be aware of the adult franchise. So where we are giving the voting right to our citizens. So 18 years age itself is where we feel the youngsters are going to become a matured person, and that age itself is we are giving the right to vote to and also select our own representatives. Fine. Other than that, we come across voting behavior of the persons. What is the voting behavior? So this is very important, crucial aspect in sociology. Fine. When we are talking about political institution, voting behavior is very, very crucial. Why? Because the behavior of the persons changes according to the situations or the conditions of the system. So how the voting behavior is modified, how the voting behavior gets what is called impacted with the few political groups and few political parties and all. So this voting behavior we are going to concentrate in our paper. So which is very important. Why? Because voting behavior makes a radical changes in the society, which brings a political party onto power also. So like what are the impacting factors usually people go with, or with just get them lead with like. So all this we are going to discuss in our paper, political sociology. So other than this also, in general, sometimes I will be trying to discuss with the other papers of sociology, like we have urban sociology, we have rural sociology. So I think you all have come across all those papers, but then still each and see, it's not that it's totally an independent papers, right? We are going to take each and every information of the knowledge of those papers, and we are going to connect it to our existing paper called political sociology. So when we start tomorrow our class, I just start with the first unit, political sociology. Okay, so then we will be doing with all the topics in our political sociology. Anything to clarify? Hope you all are. My sound is audible. My voice is audible. Fine. I think no students are there in the class. Fine, Sharmila. My voice is audible. Sharmila is there. Okay. So tomorrow what I do, today by evening I may get the syllabus. So I'll start with the topics tomorrow onwards. Okay. Right. So hope you all remember what you have studied in your first year, the first sem, second sem, third sem, and the other sems and all. So you might have come across the basics, fundamentals of sociology. You might have come across when we just trace the first paper. You have come across, I think, the caste and other things here. In Indian society also, you might have come across the caste system. So which was a very, very, very important aspect in impacting the political system and the voting behavior of the persons also. Okay, so when you just trace back our traditional Indian system, caste was a very important element which really impacted the whole Indian system. So as I was talking about the caste councils here, even today we have the caste councils. Class So even today, when we talk about the village areas or the rural areas, it is the caste which is dominating. And of course, now when you practically, we may not talk about practically, we feel that caste is not functioning, but still there. But theoretically, we feel that we are in a modifying transition stage. Okay, so we don't have that kind of impact of the caste on the behaviors of the voting. But still, I think most of the studies have revealed that it says that it has proved that caste definitely have a impact, a very great impact on the voting behaviors, right? So that's I think that's a very crucial aspect in our political sociology. Why? Because the voting behavior itself is going to decide who is going to be elected as the representative of the people here, and which party is going to enter into the power situation, the power of the state. So we are going to talk about the concept of the stateless society. So what happens when there is no state and the stateless society? All this we are going to have different many concepts we are going to cover in our paper, political sociology. Okay. So now when I was talking about the basics of sociology, I think if you all remember, I don't know whether the syllabus of social anthropology is there for you all or not. So even in social anthropology, the tribal communities, when you trace the tribal communities have their own political organizations. So I was talking about like very small groups also have their own leaders, elective representatives, but they have their own law systems. They have their own laws. So these people, they don't follow the modern law. So the modern law is the what is called the civil law. but they have the criminal law. So like there is a difference between lots of difference between the practices of the political, the principles and all, the democratic principles, and different community. In Indian system itself, I was saying like the small areas, the remote areas, they don't even understand what the voting behavior itself is all. Okay. So how the impact is going, and how in a larger community, when you come back to the bigger community, the complex system, so how this impact is working. So like why people just walk with a kind of impact which is being given by different many political parties. So what are the reasons here? So all this I think we are going to cover in our paper. Okay. So for today, this is just a brief introduction I've given to you all, because I don't have the syllabus with me now presently. So tomorrow onwards, after getting the syllabus, we'll start with the topics. Okay. So at the same time, 3 o'clock, we are going to meet you all. Okay. Thank you all.